Okay, this is Real Life Live. Coming back, we're going to talk a little football this morning, and then we're going to go back to politics a little bit later. We start off with, review our picks, what we did, you see on the board, that's my moniker on DraftKings. I play, so do pretty well, but I don't make predictions, but I'm just going on my picks yesterday. I picked Kansas City on the early game, and they won 21-14. Decent game, wasn't the best. I said Mahomes would outplay Tua. He did that, but Mahomes, he didn't play the way that I thought he was going to come out. He played well, but not great. And the same with Tua. And by the way, that the end, the game, the way it ended with Tua mishandling that snap. And that's what happened, And I saw the play. I don't know what he wasn't looking or whatever, but you can't have that, because that was the final drive. That play ended the game, and they lost 21-14 on that. So, and that's the end of that. And the Dolphins will rebound next week. Kansas City, they're Kansas City. So, yeah, I was right on that one, and we move on. Now, the next game, I thought that Baltimore would, win the game, but I thought it would be a tough game, but it wasn't that tough. Baltimore, they rolled over Seattle. And I had Baltimore's defense on my pick, on my fantasy lineup, not lineup, just picks. I don't play a league thing. It's on the DraftKings, I don't play a league football. So this is what this is. With that Baltimore and Seattle game, wasn't even really a game. They just rolled over them, and I thought a little bit better performance from Seattle than that, but no. So we're gonna move on. It was 37, to 7, something like that. They just 37-3. And I picked Baltimore to win the game. But I did say that there was a chance that Seattle would, could upset, because they have a good team. But I guess they didn't show up on this one, so they got beat bad. Okay. Let's move on to the Chicago-New Orleans game, which I previewed that. And, what happened on that, I thought that Justin Fields was going to play, but he didn't play. He's got that bad thumb. So that kind of, because I thought that there was a chance that Chicago could upset New Orleans, and because New Orleans, they're a decent team. I wouldn't put them in the top tier of the teams, but they played well, I guess, at home, won the game 24-17. So, but Fields didn't play, still though, it was a close game. So I like Justin Fields. You know, he's one of them good young quarterbacks that I really be I'm paying attention to because it's a quarterback league still, and we got young quarterbacks now, and they're playing well. And we'll be talking about, you know, we move on though from the Chicago New Orleans game, you know, which I kind of, since I didn't, you know, I based that on the fact that Fields was going to play and he didn't play. So, you know, on that, kind of stretched it. But hey, I'll take, you know, hey, I picked, I didn't pick them to win, but I said it could be an upset. So we move on that. And, he didn't play. Okay. Now we're gonna go with that's the Minnesota game. That was kind of, you know, kind of interesting, as you would say. They came back. They won the game. The way they won the game, it was kind of crazy. You know, well, what happened was Joshua Dobbs, the quarterback who they just got, you know, from the Cardinals. They let him go. I have to look at all that, you know, to see what happened. But in result, he plays for the Vikings now. So they brought him in. You know, and he engineered a comeback. They won the game 31-28. I saw him. You know, he threw the ball very good. You know, hey, made some plays when he had to. You know, he you know, connected. You know, when you have to connect. So you got to give him full props on that to guide Minnesota to victory, and maybe a lot of people didn't think they was going to win that game. You know, I thought that with Atlanta being at home, they would probably win the game, but I didn't see all the extra things, you know, that weighed into that game. You know, it was a freak game, so you know, hey, we'll go with that. Okay, with Atlanta, I thought Atlanta was going to win the game because Cousins wasn't there. So you know, hey, but you know, it happens. You know, so now we go with the last, but certainly not the least. You know, let's go to Texas. That would be the Texas versus the Buccaneers. Okay, great game. Saying that, great game. Back and forth. Okay, now let's go with the quarterbacks. By the way, I I had well, who did I have as my quarterback yesterday? That would be a one C.J. Stroud for Houston. Okay, that kid he can throw the ball, uh, and the Texans, you know, they picked him number 2 in the draft, the number 2 pick. So they thought that he was going to do what he's doing. I mean, they thought highly of him, and he's living up to it, you know. And that's a Ohio State quarterback. A lot of their quarterbacks don't perform well in the NFL, you know. But he is, you know, what I saw, you know, and what I'm seeing. He really can throw the ball. It's accurate. He, you know, releases it on time, you know, and doesn't throw it into a crowd, you know. Seems to be composed beyond his years. You know, the guy, that kid can play. You know, he's my favorite now. That would be C.J. Stroud, and I had him on top and won the game. Okay, and so with that being said, you know, that's my favorite young quarterback now. And I've been going with him, for the last 3 weeks or so, And I said, well, when I saw him, I said, man, this guy can throw the ball. But when you say Ohio State, you don't look at quarterbacks, but you got to look at him. And I picked the Texans to win that game. You see what I'm saying? And I had him on top. I had a couple of his receivers, on my on my pick too, So we did very well with the football picks yesterday, and we will keep on doing it. We love our football too, but this is, let's be straight here. This is the politics channel as well. Number one, you know, we we talk politics, we talk sports, and we're getting them all together because they do band together in a way, in a very big way. We'll talk about that too. We talk politics. We'll talk about that later. Uh, but I wanted to, just go over the things that happened in the NFL yesterday, and my picks that I kind of paid attention to. They all worked out pretty good, and one more game though. One more game. Let's go to New England, where the Patriots had to play the Washington Commanders. Now, I picked Washington in that game outright. I said they would beat New England. Okay, so they did. They won the game 2017. And Sam Howell, that quarterback for Washington, he looks very, very good. And he's another young quarterback. We got a lot of them. They look good. I'm liking what I'm seeing with the NFL, with the QB position, QB position right now. Okay, excuse me. When I saw him, he made the passes he had to make, great passes. Accurate passes. Corner passes. He had to make them. He did. So he graded out very well. He made one bad play with an interception in the end zone. He owned up. And hey, that happens. He's young, but he rebounded. He played on the road, won the game for his team, beating the New England Patriots. Okay, so and that's that on that. All right, so I picked that and I won that. So I had a good week on the picks. And as far as the reviews on a lot of the games, they were good games. The Rams Packers game, that wasn't it wasn't competitive. So and by the way, Stafford, he was hurt, so he couldn't play. Okay, so. The Cleveland, Arizona, they turned out, they shut them out, let's see, 27-0, no game there, the Panthers, though, Carolina, I thought they would win that game. I thought that young quarterback would perform better than he did, but he didn't do that, and they lost the game to Indy. So I thought that they would Carolina, the quarterback Bryce Young, he would play better. He didn't, so they lost, and that's it. That's that. With the Raiders and the Giants games, that was kind of, I didn't expect that. I thought it would be the other way around. Actually, I thought the Giants defense would kind of throttle the Raiders because, with all the changes and coaching and all that, but They won the game 30-6. Go, hey, I guess that's saying a little bit more about the Giants than it is the Raiders. Though they ain't looking too good up there in New York City for them. Okay, so Raiders 30, Giants 6. Okay, Cowboys Eagles. Dallas lose, lost again. The Eagles, came back. Hurst, it was a game that kind of expected about what I saw. The defense, even kind of game with these two teams, and a grudge game. So, Eagles won at home. You know, I looked at that, but I was concentrating on the some other things as well. We were rolling around, and then I came back to that game, and about fourth quarter, but then Prescott, at the end, he made some bad, you know, decisions. That one, I thought he was gonna lose that ball when they sacked him on that one play at the end of the game. Yeah. But he held on, and but they, at the last, he passing in the end zone, incomplete. He got it to, I think it was Lamb, but he got it at the 2. Okay, last play of the game. He got it at the 2. That's not the end zone. So they get in, lost the game. So Eagles they lead the division, and the Cowboys they're trailing, and we'll see what happens on that. But I think Philadelphia will be the division champions on that this year. All right, we will go to the game last night. The Bengals with now they're playing very well. I had Joe Burrow in the evening picks on my draft Kings entry, the evening entry. I had him. I had his 2 receivers, Higgins and I think I had all 3 of them. They prevailed. They 24-18. The Bills. They're not looking as good as you would think they would be looking, but and in Cincinnati they have some bad memories when they go to Cincinnati. By the way, we all remember what happened last year. So they put up 18, so that's not a lot of points, but Burrow's playing very good now, and he's running the ball now, running with, when he has to get out of trouble. He wasn't doing that. Now he's doing it. So they're looking very, very well. They did, they almost went to the Super Bowl last year. So they'll be in the playoffs. So I like the way they look, and now they won the game, and that's the final game of Sunday football. And today, the Chargers and the Jets play. With the Jets being at home, and I'm gonna go with their defense. I think they're gonna play well on defense. I know it's Hebert and all that. They got a good offense, and they will probably put some points up, because all the defenses. I don't see a dominant defense in the NFL. So, but I would say the Jets at home would win the game. So, and I'm not no score or nothing, but I think they'll win the game. So, So we did pretty good with the picks this week. We'll come back. We'll be talking football a lot, baseball a lot, but COLLITIC, politics. Okay, I kind of wanted to trail a little bit there. Okay, so that's the word here. And start, and if you can, and it comes off, you can say it very good. You know, it comes off your tongue very good. You know, hey, you can, so say it. You know, and we'll talk about that. You know, but this was football. Later on, you know, we go back to, you know, and then we'll talk about politics later. But hey, it was a good week in the NFL for the, you know, for the league and for me. And so just, you know, and we will be, you know, talking football and everything else. So come back, you know, I'll talk to you a little bit later. But we're going to talk politics a little later, and we'll go from there. Good talking to you this morning, and we had a good week in the NFL.